Where I'm from, kids have tattoos at like 10, 12. People may not know because, I'm always covering, my body with shoulder pads or a jersey or whatever it is. I got tattoos on my legs, my chest, my stomach. My whole back is done, the back of my neck. It's kind of everywhere. My first tattoo was the Psalms 23-4 verse. Yea, do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. That was my first one. I was 14. We had a family member who actually started tattooing, and I saw it as an opportunity, and I got my first one. I was like the coolest kid on campus for a little bit. My left arm just kind of tells my story. The church I grew up in, St. Michael's Church. My mama had us in there every Sunday. My introduction to God. This was the church that kind of did it for me. The street that I lived on, another symbolic landmark in our town was a water tower. The water tower where I grew up was maybe 6 blocks away. And that was the furthest distance my mom would ever let me go, from my street, which was Central Project Street, to Water Tower. Through the NFL, I got second, 63rd pick. I was the 63rd pick in the second round. And then 14 was my number.
Are you number 14 in football?
No, I'm number 80. I do have 80 in the back of my arms on both sides, the 8 and the 0. I was number 80 in high school, and I was number 80 in college. Just when I got to Miami, I began to be number 14. But then I got traded to Cleveland, and the 80 is perfect, so it's because it's back. I actually did the right side first. The right side is just like, I just go ahead and throw that on there, put that right here, throw that right there, just make it all look full, This skull right here is nice. I think it's in a nice spot. It was tender as hell, but I think it's in a nice spot. And then fame right here, forgive all my enemies. YOLO, made the cut. I look for these things as inspirations when I'm training, whatever it is, and a lot of times that's why I got like my daughter, her birthday, and this right here, where I can see it. Para siempre right here, for me and my daughter, all forever in Spanish. Most painful tattoo? I want to say my ribs, or this, like my collarbone, like felt it all in my head, through my whole body. Never counted my tattoos, but if I had to say how many tattoos I have, probably somewhere like maybe 50, 60 maybe. I don't know if I lost count, but I just realized that, once I started filling areas up, I just kind of just called it a sleeve, or I got my whole chest done or my whole back done. My back, Malcolm X, Tupac. I got the Statue of Liberty. I got her ears cut off. I got her eyes stitched and her mouth sewed. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. I think it took maybe 12 hours. If it's gonna be a 6-hour session, it's gonna be a 6-hour session. It's gonna be a 12-hour session, it's gonna be a 12-hour session. And I most of the times I'm playing a video game and, I'm over a chair like this or laying on the table or whatever it is, and, he's just going to work. When I start my next process of my leg tats, I think I'll probably just be playing Madden.
Do you play as yourself?
I mean, myself, I'm on the team, but I got like Randy Moss as my receiver and Chris Carter, guys like that. So off season, I plan on just laying on the table for a month and, finishing my legs, little spots in my back, like details and things like that.
Do you have like an idea you can tell us?
No, because somebody might steal it. I got a couple months before, I actually lay down and get it done,